What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell,
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
American tourists went to a restaurant in Prague, Czech Republic, and accused them of tricking and scamming him. And since we are locals in this town, we decided to pay a visit to the restaurant and find out if the tweet that went viral with more than 1 million hits is actually legit. Spoiler alert, it's not. We are two locals from Prague, Czech Republic, and we run a show here on YouTube that is called The Honest Guide. The goal of our show is to help tourists and visitors to our city so they feel welcomed and they feel like home. Now, they can face some obstacles that sometimes are just a tiny bit of cultural difference. And that is our favorite series that we do, where we explain to mostly Americans, look, things can be different in a different country. And mostly people laugh about it and they're like, oh yeah, that's interesting, that is different, I accept it, I acknowledge it. But sometimes people visit and they're just like, no, I want it my way and this is how I want it. Which is probably the case of this kid. So he comes to this restaurant and he's handed a menu.
Okay.
And in the menu, he looks at meals and he looks at prices.
Okay.
And then he sees another menu and he sees different prices. Now, the lower prices were on the menu that was in Czech. So he gets all furious. He goes on Twitter, or X, and he's raging, like, laughing my ass off. The first restaurant I went to in Prague was $19 on the English menu and $6 on the Czech menu. Misspelling the word Czech. 12,000 likes, 1 million hits on the tweet, and many people tagging us, the honest guides, to go investigate and to find out if he was scammed and that he should be more prepared and that this is common in Prague, that the prices are different for a tourist and for a local. No, it is not. We've been doing this show for 8 years. I do not recall a single situation where it would be so obvious that a menu would be in Czech with different prices and in English with different prices. We live in an era where everyone has a phone where you can easily translate things, which is, by the way, exactly what this guy did. So he looks at the menu, there's a couple meals priced around $19, and then he sees the Czech menu where the meals are at $6. Now, this is a la carte menu, and this is the daily menu. It's a thing that is common around restaurants in Prague, that you have a daily...
Yeah, literally.
Our restaurants have that too.
Literally. That's
We have
crazy.
different menus with different prices too.
You be looking for a certain dish and then they serving it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? You get furious for no reason. But to tweet it and get over 1 million people to believe this.
Child.
menu where there are certain meals that are prepared much faster and they're much cheaper. And quite often, the kitchen wouldn't even prepare a la carte during the lunchtime because they simply are busy making the lunch menus. Now, it's actually something I didn't make up. It's something that is written in the menu in English, if this Twitter boy would be smart enough to actually read it. Our classics. Possibility to order from 3 p.m. And let's be fair here, there are places, restaurants in Prague that have the daily menu only in Czech because they target workers that work around here, office people, and they print it every day, so maybe it would be difficult for them to translate it every day to English. Now this restaurant, they do have it in English, right here. And if you walk in and you're speaking English, they will hand you the English daily menu. Now maybe it didn't happen in the case of the...
Beautiful. They thought about you. They just wanted to make sure that you'd have no confusions at all. They give you an English menu. Right. This is okay.
I don't know. I think maybe that person, either that person don't eat out a lot when they're home.
Yeah.
Or they just was doing what the internet does.
One of those, a living troll.
Yeah.
Literally, huh?
Oh, Lord. My husband
person who wrote this rage on Twitter. Well, guess what you could have done instead of going to Twitter? You could have visited the website of this restaurant where the first button is daily menu and it is in English. And the prices are identical on the Czech and on the English menu.
All the receipts from.
Luckily, there's a feature on this social network where readers can add context, which is exactly what people did. The Czech menu is actually daily lunch offer. Lunch offer for cheaper prices is very common in Czech restaurants. Now, in this thread on Twitter, many people pointed out that it's common in Czech, the prices are lower. And this guy goes on, he goes, I have trouble believing the cheapest thing on the full English menu is 3 times the price as the most expensive thing on the lunch Czech-only menu, not on purpose. Yes, and guess what? Before turning into Karen on Twitter, maybe ask the waiter and say, excuse me, would you have an English menu? And you know what his reply would be? Oh, yes, of course I do. I'm sorry I didn't bring you one.
Bro, I don't even think this is like cultural differences at its best right here, because you can go inside of a store, right, to go pick up some groceries, and potatoes may say they're this price, but on the app it may be cheaper. And those two differences can cause a little small conflict. But all you got to do is take it to the location, to the cashier, and just ask them, or use your phone to check it.
Right, right.
I don't see the difference in this at all. I feel like he really took it and ran with it.
Right. I feel like it's 2024. We all know that there's differences like that here.
Facts. Yeah.
Like, even some restaurants, the lunch menu is kind of different, and it's a least expensive menu in comparison to a dinner menu, because they're not going to serve you the full serving of it because it's a lunch portion.
Now, what I would have probably complained about, had I been him, is there's this restaurant that we go to, and I didn't know they had a special because they never advertise it. They don't put it on the board. They have a lot of chalk. The hidden specials, bro, where you can get literally double the portion for a lower price. Those type of situations, I feel like they need to just kind of let people in on.
Right.
But they give it to certain customers, right? So I feel like that's something you could talk about and say, hey, I feel like they kind of ripped me off. I paid for this amount, but I could have got it for cheaper if I'd have added another one. So,
see, that's why I walk in asking, do y'all have any specials?
Gotta ask that question.
Any.
You got to.
By the way, since we live in a city where sometimes you go into a restaurant where there's more tourists, sometimes there's a restaurant where there's more locals, it's common they don't know which menu to hand you, so you can simply ask. And since we're here, we obviously decided to try their meals because everything that is on the daily menu looks amazing and the prices are actually very, very low. I mean, you know, inflation's going crazy, and 169 crowns, that's really good. That's this in dollars, by the way. Yes. That's the other thing. The other thing this kid was raging about with some other people is, wait, they don't have euro in Czechia? No, we don't. And it's nothing you should rage about. Like, we're a sovereign country. Maybe we have a different currency. It may upset some people, but accept it. By the way, you can pay with your phone, with your card, or with a QR code on the table. By the way, a cool feature. We may have been a bit rude to the tourist. Now, let's be honest. Thank you for writing that tweet, because thanks to that, we discovered this place and we tried the food and it is delicious. And the price is the same if you're a foreigner or a Czech or a local or a tourist, because that's how it is.
So if the confusion is with the money, basically I feel like, especially for tourists, use your phone.
Right.
Pay with your phone. I feel like that is just going to clear everything out, because you don't want to take out your pocket and try to go get those exchange rates and everything, and then you sit here trying to figure out on the menu how much you have, if you have enough of this, and especially if you don't do your research.
Right. I still say have your currency calculator too. Listen.
Facts.
Don't charge me for nothing. I want the local special.
The local special. We still on the specials.
Oh, right.
So this was an example of a tourist accusing a restaurant of being bad, which in fact it was actually good. Now, can there be opposite? Yes, there can, which is exactly the following case. And now this. So in the previous story, we talked about a tourist that came to Prague and was unhappy with his experience just because of a cultural difference that he didn't expect. Now this is the opposite case, where a tourist came to a place and he was very pleased and happy, and he shared his experience on one of the Prague Facebook pages. Visited Prague last week and found this restaurant. He's almost describing it as if it was like a hidden gem. And I'm in this group and I'm reading the post and I see the picture of the restaurant. I'm like, oh boy, I know that place. That is a legit tourist trap. We filmed about that place. And then I saw the picture of the food and I was like, oh shit, we're in trouble. Now, if you're a tourist and you've never been to Prague and you'll see this picture, it may not look pleasing, okay, but you'll be like, okay, I guess that's what the locals eat. But if you're a local and you see this picture, you know there's something seriously wrong. And we actually replicated it here in the restaurant. Now, we're in a different restaurant because they probably wouldn't let us film in the tourist trappy one since we're calling them a tourist trap. But the main problem here, which Czechs are pointing out in the Facebook discussion under the post, is the dumplings. And I can absolutely understand that for a foreigner, for a tourist, a dumpling is a dumpling, right? They're the same. They're not. There's different kinds, and the different kinds go with different kind of meal. So the small dumpling that I have here, you would never ever mix with this sauce. You only mix the big dumpling with this sauce. I may sound ridiculous. I'm listening to myself, and I do sound ridiculous, but that's how it is. So for us, seeing that somebody in that restaurant would serve him such a dish with that whipped cream, which is from a can, and with the sauce that looks horrible, it's bad.
Oh, okay.
What is this?
Now, just so you know, when we
I don't
ordered...
know what I'm looking at. I don't know if it's dessert.
Yeah. Anytime we get whipped
Gravy.
cream on something, it's given dessert.
I thought it was gravy at first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then he said the food not supposed to be touching.
With the whipped cream.
With the whipped cream and the dumplings.
They gave him too many dumplings.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Hey, I think he would have been fooled with this one because he wouldn't have known.
Right.
I don't think he would have known.
No, he was just been eating it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
These dumplings here, and with this sauce, the woman was like, all right, I'll do it for you. And she knows that it's bad, but she said, you know, it's your fantasy, whatever your desire is. But the people in the comments did point it out to this foreigner. The only thing is that he was happy, and I'm nobody to judge him on the quality of the food or how the waiters were and so on. I can only say, and I'm absolutely sure about that it was not a local traditional dish as he's referring to it.
So, from y'all lens to this right here, would this be a big no-no? Like, did they do this on purpose is the question. Did they literally do this on purpose to him? Because maybe he had the accent that wasn't from the location, and it's like, yeah, we got something from him.
Or maybe it's just offered on their menu just like that.
Right. Because he liked it.
Yeah, it sounds like he got a seafood ball with
seasoning
gumbo.
on top with gumbo.
That was cooked in gumbo. A seafood ball with the snow crabs, the Dungeness, the king crab, the blue crab, the shrimp, the crawfish.
It's a lot going on in there.
Corn and potatoes in a gumbo.
You could have just said it sounded like he got a gumbo bowl with a potato salad on the side, literally in the gravy.
Some people eat it like that though.
But that's not.
That's why I added two things that don't go together. Really,
maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me know if y'all eat it like that.
And since in the Facebook post he's saying that there was helpful staff, they should have helped him and told him this dumpling, which is by the way a potato dumpling, I should have said it, does not go with the svíčková sauce. You only use the bread dumpling, which is this one. Let's address the sauce. May I? Now, oh God. I did repost this to my Twitter, and people were outraged. They were like, whoa, what's going on there? And they even noticed something I didn't, and that's what the sauce looks like. It definitely does not have the structure of a svíčková sauce, which would look more like this. And now, let's be fair, we're in like one of the cheapest cafeterias in town. That is great. We love it here. But if you go to like a proper restaurant and you pay this, he paid a lot. You should get like a really good sauce. But then again, the guy was happy. He even said he found more restaurants named Švejk around Prague. Yes, check their reviews. Check their ratings, man. Check our videos. Like, those places are legit traps. Like, I can guarantee that. We filmed 4 episodes ago. Not only they charge you extra for the dumplings, the price is ridiculous by the way, but they also charge you extra for using the silverware, and then they charge you extra, you know for what? Just extra.
Like they charge you 15% service charge each, and then it actually was 378.
Whoa, she automatically, wait.
And then that's for them to serve you your dinner, except they don't actually do it.
Ridiculous. Yeah. We asked the waitress, we were like, what's this? And she goes, oh, that's extra.
Cena za omelet?
Kuverty automatycky, to chápu. A co je extra?
A je to naše díško.
To je vaše díško. And once again, just like in the previous case, people...
Oh, I bet people from there don't like coming to America. Yeah. Because, I mean, we used to that.
See, I'm gonna make sure I get my money back. She said, but that was a tip, sir.
Right.
He didn't think it was a tip.
The tip is automatically included.
It was crazy out here, okay.
Or calling out our names, honest guides, you know, and referring to our channel and trying to help the guy. But again, if he was happy with that, he's gonna be so happy when he tries the real deal, man. It's like, imagine eating chocolate like only from Mr. Beast and then actually visiting Switzerland and trying the real deal. We tried Mr. Beast chocolate. We live in Europe. It's horrible.
They don't like our chocolate.
Maybe not the new one.
Right.
Now, the difference between the svíčková we were showing you on the picture from the Facebook versus this one, which is a one that Honza had in a very, very good restaurant, the Red Stack. By the way...
Y'all, the more and more he talk about this, the more I get confused. I don't know if it's dessert, if it's dinner or lunch. Whipped cream?
I don't even know what a whipped cream come in at.
With sauce and dumpling, a potato dumpling.
It looked like gravy.
I know, that's why I'm confused.
It looked like gravy. And I don't know what it was, like cranberry on top maybe?
Yeah, on top of
it
a
like
lemon.
a lemon or orange. What is this dish? What's the significance of it? You know?
I don't know. Y'all gonna have to send us a video of y'all food so we can check y'all food out.
And how you eat it if you can't dip the stuff, the dumplings in there?
Child,
Only the bread.
with the silverware that they charge you for.
We got questions. We got questions.
The better one was still cheaper. It was 14 euros.
Better.
So that's a tip from a local. Get the proper food, go to a proper place because they will actually help you and they will serve you the good stuff. The definition of a tourist trap, and we've mentioned this before, is you pay more for less quality stuff. And if there should be a picture definition of a tourist trap, it's this picture. World premiere.
There you go, man.
I guess. Okay.
First of all, the sauce is very good.
What is the sauce?
Second of all, it's a weird experience for the very first time in my life to be sampling those two things together. It's like putting mayonnaise on wings. Like, you'd never do that, right? You would never get barbecue wings and be like, something's missing. Mayonnaise. But again, the sauce is very, very good. But having it with potato dumpling,
It's too late. You can't turn back now,
honestly,
bro.
not bad. Now, let's be honest, when I said I actually like the combination with the not proper dumpling, if there is a place where you can sample and test all these things, it's this restaurant, Havelská Koruna. Come later, it's busy during the lunch, because you can actually buy single dumplings. So you can tell them that you want 2 of these and 3 of these, and their selection of Czech meals is endless. So this is the place to go to play around with Czech meals. They will absolutely hate us in the kitchen if you show up and you'll be like, I'll have a piece of that, with a piece of that, and with a piece of that.
Especially if they don't know about
Please don't do that. Or just tell them a different guy sent you. I do love discovering cultural differences that people experience when they come to Prague.
Alright, we're going to stop it right there. Make sure you guys go check his channel out. I think the only thing that we got going on here is like someone would probably say, yes, you have to give us a tip. It's recommended. Yeah. I think that's like the only scam to a little extent that you would probably get hit with.
Gratuity. Because I understand, well, you know what, depending on the crowd size, the party size, I understand gratuity. Yeah. But if it's just us, like our family of 5, why are you charging me gratuity for 2 adults and 3 children?
You could talk about the Pizza Hut guy. Or Domino's guy, whenever he came to the, I don't know, he came to the house and once I picked the food up, he gave me the receipt. He said, can you sign it and also leave a tip so I can give to my manager? I'm like, I don't have to do that. How you know I was leaving a tip?
Don't demand that.
Like, some services are literally just as simple as it sounds, and it doesn't require me to give you more money for it.
Right.
So, but again, I love blessing people. We love blessing people, but to a certain extent, it's like, I don't think it's even necessary. Exactly.
What if you took too long? Sure, I'm not even hungry like no that more. For real. I didn't put something else in the oven.
Mm-hmm. Held the bag of pieces to the left and all my meat to the one side. So, bro.
All right, y'all.
Okay.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.